body image during pregnancy. So we all know that there's some women out there that are like, oh my God, I just had, a belly and nothing else about my body changed, whatever. I'm just jealous. And so we see them, and then, if we have like everything's changing, like one morning we wake up and our nose is big and squishy, and suddenly our hips have widened and they have stretch marks, and we're stinky, and oh my God, it's just like so many fast changes. It's no wonder that our body image can take a huge beating. Oh my God, in the beginning of my pregnancy, when I started to get bloated and my stomach wasn't even that big yet, but like my butt that was always like a pancake became like a lumpy pancake. My ankles and my hands couldn't fit rings on them. Oh, I just felt unsexy. And again, a big part of this is because it's just all happening so fast. We have so little time to integrate with these changes, and that can really throw us for a spin. And a lot of times these changes don't stop for like 18 months, and potentially even longer, because after we have the baby, we still have kind of like a pregnant belly, and that takes a while to go down. So it is a lot, and it is totally understandable if you are not totally loving your pregnant body. This can really trigger a lot if you have had, any kind of eating disorder or issues with body image, especially if you were younger. Like for me in high school, all I wanted was to be skinny. That's all I wanted. I thought like if a fairy godmother came down and made me skinny, my life would be perfect. Obviously that didn't happen, but this led to me starving myself and then binging, and then starving myself and binging, super unhealthy. So when I was pregnant, I didn't go back to that pattern, but those same thoughts that caused me to binge and starve came back, and it really freaked me out. So if this is something that you're experiencing, give yourself a lot of love and grace during this time. Something else that might happen, at least this happened for me, was that I started to, at least a small piece of me started to resent my baby. I was thinking like, God, I'm just like giving up everything for him and my body's changing and that baby. And then of course I felt guilty for feeling that way. So I had like body shame and guilt, and it was just like a tornado of unpleasant emotions. So going back to grace, that's one of my first recommendations. Just being gentle with yourself about all the emotions that are coming up. I mean, of course, it's easy for me to say, just love yourself and know that you're beautiful. But if you don't really believe it, it's frustrating, So to just kind of be okay in the beginning with, all right, I'm not loving how I look. This is making me somewhat resentful towards my baby. That's okay too. I'm only human. Just being really gentle with yourself as these changes first start to happen. It's normal if you don't just love all of it. And some of the other things you can do, this is going to sound totally obvious, but it works. Getting a little bit of exercise can be life changer. Even if it doesn't change the shape or tone of your body at all, exercise almost always helps people see themselves in a more beautiful light. It releases endorphins. It makes you feel good and stronger and healthier. I know that when I would exercise, like say I would look at myself naked in the mirror in the morning and be like, oh, and then I would exercise and I'd look at myself naked later. It's like, God, I've like totally transformed. And I probably didn't. I probably looked exactly the same. But again, I just had a more positive filter or a lens on my eyes because of that exercise. So that can be really amazing. Of course, the food that you eat, so lots of caffeine, fatty foods, processed foods, foods that are high in sugar, all of that is going to increase the bloating, skin issues, and it just makes you feel not great. So instead, if you want to have mood enhancing foods that are going to help you have a better body image and are actually going to make your body healthier. Let's see, let me find the little list I made. about this. So whole grains, Brazil nuts, eggs, omega-3 fatty acids, anything with omega-3 fatty acids, foods high in antioxidants like berries, probiotic rich foods like yogurt, kefir, chickpeas. They can all make you happier. They all help to lift your mood and give you energy too, that'll help you go and do that exercise. And so something else I definitely wanted to share is, okay, if you have had an eating disorder or still have one, now is definitely the time to go see a counselor about it if you haven't already. Say especially if you did a lot of counseling and got past the eating disorder, but now like it's being triggered and it's like coming back. You don't have to navigate that by yourself. Reach out to a therapist, a counselor that can support you through this big transition, because it's a huge transition. It's not just in your head. Okay, and then one of my weird body positive exercises that I love is, and don't like say no when I say the first part, you got to stand naked in front of the mirror. You can do it. And then once you're standing naked in front of the mirror, I want you to find just like one part of your body that you love. It can be as simple as your lips or your eyes or like your fingernail beds, anything at all. Just find that one thing that you love and totally focus on it. Give it so much love and appreciation. Let it fill you with love for yourself. And then just do that. Don't let yourself get distracted by like, oh, look at the stretch marks or this or that. Have laser focus for that one thing that you love. And then the next time you do the exercise, find a new thing that you love. And the more you do this, the more you're going to realize that you are so much more beautiful than you realize. There is so much about you to love, and you are beautiful. And also remember too that while all of these changes are happening really fast, for the most part, they're pretty temporary. And after you have that baby, there's no longer a human in your body. If you continue to eat healthy and get in some exercise, your body will start to deflate in some ways. So if you're experiencing this, I really feel for you. I experienced the exact same thing. If you want to talk, privately or leave something in the comments, just let me know. I would love to start a dialogue with you about this and give you some more tips if you'd like.